What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first Mystery Knife Collection giveaway live event of 2025. Excuse me. As the title suggests, I've got 10 awesome knives to give away. I was going to play kind of a fun game. I'm really excited to let you guys know I do have a more exciting way to do these giveaways figured out. It makes it to where you have opportunities to win even more knives, because I have not used the Metal Complex spinning game wheel for years. Excuse me. And I've got a great way to use it and implement it, and it'll be fun for everybody. You'll still win a ton of knives, but you'll have opportunities to win even more from me by spinning the wheel, and we'll find a way to implement that. Make it kind of a game, right? Make it a game show where it's you're gonna win. If your name's drawn, you're gonna win, but you also have a chance to win even more, which should be really, really fun. And we'll get that figured out at some point. But anyways, a lot of people asking me in chat, when is my Excalibur gonna ship? Excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick, and by that I mean I have a little bit of a cough, and my voice is going to sound more and more raspy as we progress through the live stream. But the information I was given from Kunwu is when your Excalibur ships, you'll get an email, and it'll let you know. It'll say, hey, it shipped. Here's your tracking number. You probably won't be able to see tracking movement until it hits the States. So for a long time, it's going to look like it's doing nothing. Also, I thought they were shipping by earliest orders. They're shipping in groups of finishes. So like they'll do the DLC in a batch, then they'll do the reverse tux in a batch, and then they'll do the satin. I don't know what order, but that's what they're doing. It's probably so they can get as many of them out the door as possible, which is a good strategy. But that is the information I have. I do not have your Excalibur at my house. I'm not personally shipping them. They're shipping from Kumu. So there you go. Oh boy, the live stream looks a little bit weird. It looks a little warped. Oh well, whatever. I'm not gonna try to fix it. Looks fine on my phone. It just looks weird on the computer. Maybe I'll refresh the stream. No, it just looks weird. Okay, all right, whatever. That's fine. YouTube, just do whatever you want. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for those memberships there. Very cool. What is this? Make Super Chat more fun with a goal. Oh, I can set up a goal. I can incentivize you guys to donate to me. Oh, wow. Okay. Pick a goal. Some ridiculous goals. I'm not going to do this. Teal and higher, yellow, blue. Oh my gosh. Okay. Set a timer. Share how you're... Okay, so I can... If I want to, apparently I can incentivize you guys to donate, and then I can give away a prize or something. I don't know how much I like that, because a lot of content creators will be like, if you donate the exact value of this knife, I'll give it away. So it's like, everybody collectively pay for this, and then I'll give it away to one person for free. I don't know if I really like that. If I use that goal setting and give an incentive for donations, then I would do something like I would match the donation and we would give it to charity or something. But incentivized donation seems a little bit shady. Yeah, if it's for charity, sure. I agree. If I set a goal and I'm like, oh, the goal's like $500, and I heard Tri-State raised like $1,500 for charity the other night. That's amazing. See, if I was going to do it, I'd be like, here's the goal for tonight. If we do however many super chats, then I'll match it and we'll put the whole amount towards charity. Like that'd be cool. Sure. You see what I mean? My boy, I'm going to slowly turn into Steve-O. I want to explain this real quick. I'm at the tail end of having this voice issue. I couldn't barely talk 3 days ago. Every piece of content that I recorded, Rickert 100, member for 2 years. 2 years, buddy, thank you. It should be rewarded. High five. High five. I like to imagine he had his face real close to the screen, and he was like, oh! But so I recorded 2 weeks of a week of content, which was, well, no, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. 2 weeks of content in 1 week, 14 uploads, all with the raspy Miley Cyrus voice. And I explained this, and I said it's going to sound weird, but all of my content is pre-recorded, and it's optimized in the schedule. So it's actually spread out over like 3 weeks. So some of the uploads you're going to hear me like, I'm still sick. And other uploads I'm going to appear perfectly fine. And people who don't know what's going on are going to be like, you should really see a doctor. It is not normal to be going back and forth and be okay one day and sick another day. I think something's wrong with you. There's nothing I can do about it because of the way the schedule is. So you guys know, and everybody who watches this stream, so if you could be helpful and correct, because people are going to be like, Metal Complex is dying. I'm not. I've had a raspy voice for 1 week. So, Lois, I can't. Yeah, Peter. I can still. I guess I can still do Peter. What is a good Peter line? I can't think of. I've watched so much Family Guy, but I can't think of any of his famous one-liners. Now, see, the thing with impressions, if you get it right off the top of your head, it's perfect. But if you keep trying, it gets worse and worse and worse. My impressions have a diminishing return. Like if I do Nick Shabazz long enough, it devolves into Peter Griffin, and then it devolves into something that's just unrecognizable. Quick! Quick, to the Peter copter. Yeah, I'm kind of there. That's a B- Peter. What are you talking about? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh, bitch, you got jacked, bitch. Where's my money? Where's my money? Shut up, Meg. Shut up, Meg. $15V. Yeah, I have a 15V shaman right here. 15V, triple B. Ugh. Don't yell burps out, because sometimes you get a little bit of alphabet soup with that. You don't want that. Crucible, any updates? I heard the buyer balls. I heard that the buyer bid 13 or 17 million. Something like that. Nobody likes a chunky burp. I agree. I don't like when if you burp and it's always like a soft cube of bile. I'm like, when did I ingest a small cube-shaped noodle? I don't believe that I ever ate that, but apparently you did. We all do. It's always the carrots in the, like the cube-shaped carrots in the vegetable mix. That's when you burp with beer. That's what comes up. It doesn't matter if you ate spaghetti, that's what's coming up. Minecraft sold for $2 billion? Oh my gosh. Speaking of cubes. Think about a fixed EDC knife. Sure. According to leading fixed blade experts, this is just a rumor, can't confirm this. According to the internet's leading fixed blade experts that are always in my comments, fixed blades might be stronger than folding knives. I don't know. Time will tell. Obviously, a lot of scientific research is going to have to go into that before we know for sure. But that's the word on the street. So you'll have that. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for your donation. Show off the Mojave. I will. And I'm on my way to your house for my Excalibur. Okay. The this has a flattened detent ball, so the action is insane. Oh my god. This is an insane piece. The action is stupid. It honestly feels like gravity treats this knife differently. This knife operates on 0-point energy. That's my guess. It's really nice. Cool texture pattern too. Can we see it? Yeah. Gorgeous. Dang it. No, Cheryl said, did you remember your thermos of water? Nope. I was a little rushed because I got through with the wrestling weigh-ins, and then I got home and then I forgot all the baby food. I had to go back to the Dillon's and get a bunch of baby food. So I only had like 25 minutes to prepare the live stream, which isn't enough. It takes me about 40 minutes to prepare a live stream, and I just didn't have enough time. Have you ever considered becoming a hand model? No, my hands are pretty gross. They're pretty like cracked, and they're pink and pale, and I usually have scabs and cuts, and I've got calluses on the inside, on the pads of my hands. They're pretty gross. My hands look like I go outside and just grab handfuls of pine cones and just squeeze them until I cry. That's what my hands look like. Pretty nasty, not attractive. Wash them? I'll try that. Thanks for the advice. Show how the new EXO opens. Okay, yeah, everybody was confused about that on Instagram. So this is the new Riot XOD. So right there, here's the safety, and this is the plunge lock. And yes, it operates on a plunge lock, which not everybody's gonna love. But essentially, you're supposed to hold it and push here, and it comes out of here, and it whips around to the front. So I'm gonna do it slowly. Push that, and then gravity will allow it to. Oh, here it comes. It's starting to peek out, and it comes around. Keeps going. It's sharp on both sides. I'm being careful. And then click into place right here. And now you can punch your Amazon boxes open. And then the safety helps kind of lock it out additionally. But the cool way to do this is to make sure you keep your fingers out of the way here, and you whip it closed, right? And you whip it open. I had this down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Pretty cool. Honestly, it's completely and totally unnecessary and dangerous, but it is neat. I'm on the edge. Thanks for the donation. Hoping to win tonight and start the new year right. Yes. Every January, right after New Year, the first thing I do is try to start losing the weight that I gained. Like, I usually stop working out completely, like a week before Christmas. And I don't work out at all, and I eat whatever I want, and I just enjoy the holidays, and I usually gain quite a bit of weight. And I have. I'm very happy to say that I've gained some nice, relaxing holiday weight. And then next week I go back to the gym and start working it all back off. You bought a scale today? The best strategy for weight loss is, and this is against, I mean, a lot of people who have done it will tell you the same, but you do whatever works for you. Here's what works for me. I weigh myself once at the beginning of starting to lose weight, and then I go through my workout and diet regimen, and however many times you screw up or you miss the gym, whatever. Don't weigh yourself at all for at least a month. Don't even get on that scale, because your weight will fluctuate so much and it'll demotivate you if it doesn't change from like day to day or every couple of days or what. Don't weigh yourself. I go like 2 months without weighing myself. That way, you know, in 2 months, I would hope to lose at least 15 pounds. Ideally, I'd lose 20 pounds in 2 months, which I do. I regularly do this. I regularly gain and lose 20, sometimes 30 pounds. But don't weigh yourself for 2 months. That way, if you only lose 10, you're like, hey, I lost 10 pounds. Like, that's still a lot. You win either way. But if you weigh yourself every 1 or 2 days, it's just like constant depression. I'm just gonna give you my deal there. Bottom just right of center, iridium carbon. Yeah, it's the iridium with the reverse tanto, the one in A390. This is a cool knife. It's just like, this knife to me is in every way better than the Bug Out, but it's also not priced correctly. This is a Chinese knife, and they have it priced a bit high. Had they priced this at like 140 or 130, it would have been awesome, but they want way too much for that. It's cool, though. Sorry. What's below the blue knife on the left? That's the new Machine-Wise Mojave. In-house, semi-custom. All in-house semi-custom with a flattened detent ball. The action is insane. I cannot stress that enough. This is insane. It is ridiculous. The detent is also awesome. The whole knife is awesome. It's 62 or 63. I can't remember if it's M390 or Magna Cut, but it's some super high HRC. It's nuts. If it's Magna Cut, it's 63, 64. If it's 20 CV or M390, they have it at like 62 or 63. It's crazy. Yeah, it's relative. I mean, like, it's not like thin, but like it's relatively thin. They also have huge hardware on this. Big old hardware everywhere. You got your Excalibur. Look, it's real. Noah Lee got it. Please. And I'm not asking for marketing. I'm not asking for you guys to like assist me in marketing. I want you to post these things on Instagram if you have them or wherever and tag me in it. I want to see you guys. I want to hear you talk about it. I want you to tell me what you like and what you don't like. I want the feedback. If you love something, tell me. If you hate something, tell me. There's a lot of these out there, and I would not be doing the right thing if I didn't seek out feedback from everybody. I want to hear it. If you're like, I'm not a knife reviewer, I don't care. Review my knife. Review my knife and upload it to YouTube. I want to hear it. What's the next Hinder model I should buy? Well, I don't know what you have. Do you have a Hinder Auto? Because I love the Auto. And I also love the Full Track. I wish that they would do more of those. The Project X is okay. If you don't have a 24, you got to get a 24 because it's just ridiculous. Jesus Ponce. Or Jesus, I'm not sure how you say your name. I'm sorry. He says, we will all be YouTubers for Metal Complex. Start a YouTube channel just to review my knife. I want to see all the feedback. Because I didn't get a chance to get it out to all the different content creators as fast as I wanted. Because I only had a couple. It's going to Screaming Pirate next. In fact, I shipped it out today. But I want feedback from the community. Like, immediately. Mike Kiss says, I want a knife. Everybody here wants a knife. You have the same chance as everybody else. You might... Listen, if you win tonight, you're going to win 10 knives. Can you show us that weird lumpy thing just to the right of center? Well, there's two... Like, this thing is PMP's new model, and it's not named yet. This came from Midgard's Messer with a card that says we don't have a name for it yet. So I have no idea. And then this is the PMP Kodiak in M390. Which I think you might still be able to get on DLT Trading. I'm not sure. That is a burn stiletto up top. An overbuilt burn stiletto. Huge. 1/4 inch thick. Easily, oh my god. Easily the most powerful automatic knife that I own. And it's 11 inches. It's gigantic. Super cool. I love this. So awesome. You have to keep the safety on that all the time because it's really crazy. Yeah, it's very powerful. I get a little nervous every time I pick that up because I'm like, is the safety on? Is that thing gonna? If that thing fired when I wasn't ready, 100% I'd hurt myself with it. Wins of full dress Excalibur. Just it's not ready yet. You guys will know. I'll make a big deal out of it when the Giga Chad Excalibur, the Giga Excalibur or Gig Excalibur, whatever you want to call it, when it comes out, I promise you I will make the biggest deal out of it. We are making at some point crazy versions of Excalibur, and like I've hinted, there are elements at work that you guys will not expect. It's not just going to be Timascus and Damasteel. We trust us, okay? We are going to make those. Those will be limited because we can't mass produce those. But yeah, for those of you who want those, we will make them. Thoughts on the Koenig Arius? I think it's one of the best knives in its class. I don't. The only reason I don't own one is because the perfect version for me has never been available at the right time. You know. The Giga, well, if the base version is Van X and I mean, like, you can probably expect it to be, I don't know. I don't want to make any false promises. It's going to be a lot more because you know that we're going to do a crazy frame. It will be some form of Timascus or Mokatai, Zerkatai. It'll be something like that. But then the blade material is a totally different. We got to figure that out. I mean, there's a huge range that it could end up in, but we have to figure it out because I want to price it correctly, but I also need to know what it's going to cost us to do it and what we can actually sell it for, you know, because I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to try to be like, oh, it's a collector item, so we're going to like overcharge. I don't want to do that. I want to give you guys access to it for a fair price for what it is. So a big part of that is just figuring out exactly what we want to do with it. Shiro F3 versus F95 NL. I'm going F3 between those two for sure. Well, the blade material is already Van Axe Super Clean. Van Axe is Van Axe Super Clean or Van Axe 37. It's all the same stuff. So the Giga Chad version of it, I'm just calling it the Giga version. I guess I should say the Giga because the Giga Chad is already a knife. The Giga version of it, which I'm not even, that's just a placeholder name, will be something very different. The best gravity knife for under 200 is the aluminum XO. Far and away. The aluminum XO-M in Nitro V or L-Max or whatever. This is the Nitro V version. The L-Max version is also under 200. Is hands down, this is the best one. That is, I can say that, yeah. Whatever we decide to do with Excalibur, it will be stainless. That's accurate. The reason is I don't have anything against non-stainless compositions, but I want your knives to still look, I don't want people to be dealing with corrosion on these knives 5 to 10 years from now. I want it to still look good. And I want it to, I don't want you guys being like, yeah, it rusted. Like, I don't want that. I am very interested in hyper stainless compositions. Even though I personally don't need them, I like those compositions. That's part of why we went with Van X. Dendritic Cobalt is interesting. I just don't know enough about it. Is Dendritic Cobalt tough? It is, right? Or is it brittle? It's not going to be S110V. S110V is not tough enough. Vanax scales. That'd be a heavy knife. That's a steel frame. We have kicked around the idea of doing a fatty Excalibur. I'm just going to let you guys know. It's not confirmed. We haven't, like, started production on these. But Sergio and I have absolutely kicked around the idea of doing a fatty Excalibur. I'm definitely not going to do Rex 121. I'll tell you that right now. That's never going to happen. No way. I don't want a bunch of YouTube videos of people like, my Excalibur broke. Rex 121 isn't nearly as scary as people think, but I know people will go up and be like, oh, batoning cinder blocks with my Excalibur and it broke. Stupid metal complex, idiot. What a shill. I don't want that. Gotta call the giggity. I know you guys like it when I slip those in. I try to make it... If I have an opportunity to say that in a video, I always take it. Because I know you guys aren't expecting it. It won't be S35, no. We won't do anything basic. We started with Vanax on purpose. The sandwich construction version, which is definitely coming, TBD, will probably be LMAX. And that's so that you guys are getting performance, but so we can keep the price reasonable. My goal for the sandwich construction Excalibur, this is a goal. We have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know what the heck is going to happen with tariffs and stuff, but my goal is to keep that one around 250. But again, we have potentially new parameters to work with, so I don't know. But probably for sandwich construction, we would use LMAX. Because if we used Vanax for the sandwich construction version, you can look at Kunmu's other products. You can see what happens when they use Vanax. The price goes up. S60V is an interesting steel, but I feel like it's not. I feel like it is outclassed in every way by, like S45VN has a better balance of attributes, and S90V also has a better balance. Like, I remember reading about S60V, and they stopped making it because it was immediately outclassed by other S something V CPM steels. 4V is not stainless. Spyderco used S60V back when it was called 440V. If you called it 440V now, everybody would assume that it's a budget steel. Because 440 is people automatically place it in the budget category, even though you're correct. Not going to be MagnaCut. I like MagnaCut a lot. It's not going to be MagnaCut. The Giga version will be something weird. It'll be something, I mean, like, I'm not saying it's going to be something you've never heard of. I'm saying what we do with it will be weird. We'll make it special. It's become commonplace for companies to be like, Damasteel anti-Mascus, or, S90V anti-Mascus. Like, it's become so common. And we know that. And even though those are good combinations of things, we know that you guys like stuff that's different. So you guys can say, I have something that's a little bit different. I know that. I'm a collector, and I pride, the pieces in my collection that are just a little bit different in some way, shape, or form. So I'd like to do that. Do I prefer OTF or Gravity? I prefer OTF. I think they're way more convenient. No, at M398 and S110V, I don't trust them nearly as much. Because, again, I made a cool knife, like, for the enthusiast. But the idea with Excalibur is it's also definitely built to be used. That's why we chose Vanax. Vanax is such a perfect... It's not the best steel in the whole world, but it's such a perfect user steel. It's so well balanced. And people don't realize how close it is to MagnaCut. It's not the same thing. It's got slightly better potential edge retention than MagnaCut, and it's got slightly lower toughness, but it also has increased corrosion resistance. That's Laren Thomas is obviously a genius. MagnaCut is easily one of the greatest steel compositions ever, right? But it's that balance that makes it good. And a lot of what makes Vanax good is the same, relatively in the same ballpark, that balance. I don't know enough about Venatus to answer that question, Scott. Like, I wish I did, but I gotta be honest. I can't tell you that I know the benefits of Vanatus, however you say that. I like CTS XHP, and I've always thought of CTS XHP as a stainless D2, which is actually pretty cool. Doesn't CTS XHP have slightly better potential edge retention than S30V? Am I right in assuming that? Brass Damascus blade. Those are cool, but I still want it to be usable. I like those weird copper Damascus, brass, whatever. I've never seen a brass Damascus, but I think they look cool. But I still want people to go, if I want to use this and I can use it and it'll still be okay, you know? So it's a very careful balance of things. MC, since Jared did a fixed blade karambit through TKL, we see an MC dagger or trench knife perhaps in CPM 3V, or since you like stainless MagnaCut but a higher cost. So I have no current plans to make a fixed blade, but it's not off the table. Anthony Kitchen, hey, what's up, man? I haven't seen you for a bit. Thanks and best wishes for 2025. Thank you. Thank you very much. Same to you. If I were to do a fixed blade, I can promise you it would be a dagger. It would be an exotic. It would almost be a fantasy dagger. It would be a Lord of the Rings style type of. It would be very much like that. And it would definitely be inspired by the arch nemesis. Not copied, but absolutely. If I were to do a fixed blade, this would be the style of fixed blade that I would do. And that is not to everyone's liking, but that's what I would be interested in creating. Hey, Conrad. Hello, son. Want to see the stitch? Okay. Just waving around my most overpriced knife. This knife, I think, is probably $2,000 to $3,000 overpriced. If you don't know, I willingly overpaid for this. I paid $6,300 for this knife, and I know good and well that I overpaid for it. It's a really awesome knife, and it really is custom. It's hand ground, all that, but it's got that Marfione tax on it. Super cool knife, not worth anywhere near what I paid. Steve Hochberger, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thanks for the donation. Talk about gravity knives. Picked up a Paragon Warlock with copper. My blade from Carter. I saw that the other day. I can't remember where I saw it. I'm so jealous, man. That is so cool. That's such an awesome knife. Oh, great question. Knives and Gear Insights. Metal Complex, what do you think of the new CJRB Steel SF2? Actually have some of it right here. In the all-steel version of the large pyrite. This is in the new steel. So I asked them, I said, can you tell me exactly what this is and exactly what it's closely compared to? And they gave me all of the information. They were straight up. They said, we make this stuff the same way that we make AR RPM 9, meaning spray form. They gave me the composition and everything, and I'm going to show it when I do the unboxing of this stuff. And they said it should most closely compare to 154 CM. So it is essentially a spray form 154 CM according to Artisan Cutlery. I imagine they're heat treating it right around that same optimal range, and that wouldn't be hard to do. But also picked up a Vision FG, can't wait to get it. Awesome. Nice, Ben. You'll love it. the composition, everything they gave me, all of that. What I was going to say was the difference between 154 cm and CPM 154 cm. I'm sorry, CPM 154 is it's ingot form and powder form. But if you guys are familiar with 154 cm, it's a very fine grain structure ingot steel. So there's actually not an enormous amount of difference between those two steels. Meaning, a spray form being somewhere in between should perform almost exactly the same way as 154 cm, or it's the absolute peak being CPM 154. So ultimately, if they price it correctly, that's a really, really awesome user steel. If that's correct, I don't have extensive testing on this. We need somebody like Pete or Laren Thomas or whoever. We need the testers and we need the HRC testers. We need those guys, not the goofball enthusiast collectors like me. We need the testers of the community to test it out. But I did appreciate them being straight up and giving me the information. They gave me all the information, like direct from the source. And I thought it was pretty cool. So Kevin Ruiz, thanks for your donation. Hamsey, I really like the F3. Just picked one up in brown from Recon 1. Opinions on the Alatex as a scale material. It should be plenty strong. Alatex is like carbon fiber with aluminum in it, which is why it has. And this is, I'm still fairly unfamiliar with this material, but yeah, it's like an aluminum laced carbon fiber, so it should be plenty strong. And that's what allows them to bring these colors out, I guess is. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I'm not a professional on this material, but I believe it's anodizing that brings the color out in that stuff. Can somebody confirm that? Alatex is, the color comes from anodizing the aluminum. I think 14C28N is underrated. I think it's perfectly rated. I think it's rated. I think everybody knows that 14C28N is like the most, I mean, to be honest, Laren Thomas influenced all of our opinions on that, but it's hard to argue with the guy. What version do I want? I want the diamond pattern full size with all silver hardware, and I want that flashy finish. I would pay $750 to $800 for that knife. Will Polini, member for 30 months. What wacky looking knife next to the Enter card? It's the XOD, the one that's shaped like a penis gun. I'm sorry. That came out before I realized what I was saying. This is a new gravity. It's more like a momentum knife. So you saw it in like, you're supposed to like whip it around, right? But it ends up being, it's got a secondary lock because it's a plunge lock. The downside to this is it's a plunge lock locking up, but it does have a secondary locking. I wish that the safety was stiffer, right? I don't know how much I trust this, but it is cool. And the blade's in LMAX. It's unique, right? I've never seen anything like it. It is cool though. Like I like the EXO stuff because it's weird. Like the next like minimal drop point, whatever. It's like cool. It's 2025. Show me something weird. I think it's cool. Flea market knife. I mean, yeah, but all of those knives that come from the flea market get inspiration from something that is original. The flea market knives couldn't exist without somebody doing it the right way first. Will Polini, thanks for your donation. I appreciate that. The XOK is still definitely, it's also the most dangerous. I don't get that knife out because I've poked myself in the, if you own the Riot XOK, you have poked yourself in the palm with that. You have, because of the way it operates. The only way you learn how to use that knife correctly is if you stab yourself in the palm with it. That's the only, everybody who owns that knife, I promise you is going to say, yep. You gave yourself a good poke in the palm, and that's how you learned. You either going to put it away and say nope, or you're going to go, ouch, that hurt. That's the wrong way. I'm going to try again. 100%. I poked myself 3 times with that thing. Every time I went, ouch, damn it. Every time. God, that hurts. You caught a possession of handgun charge for $10K for my lawyer, but I won't spend more. Hold on, this seems like a potential super irony here. Won't spend more than 1,000 on a knife. There's an interesting layer of irony there, but I'm more focused on the fact that that's such a big. I feel for you is what I'm trying to say. I hope you get that worked out, and I'm sorry that happened to you. I wish that we could all enjoy the thing, especially those of us who are responsible with our fun things. I wish that laws were more kind to us, and it sucks that we have to deal with things and potentially very pricey charges that are in place because people are irresponsible with stuff like that. So I hope you get that worked out. Will Pelini, thanks for the donation again. Thank you. Meant to thank you for actually saying my last name right. Oh, right. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was a dice roll, man. I tried. Yeah, it really sucks because I truly believe that most people, and I know that like the trend, especially on the internet, is to say that most people are evil or most people are stupid, and I don't believe that. I think the vast majority of people have a decent sense of right and wrong, and a good sense of like what should be allowed and not allowed. And the problem is that we have a very loud and very stupid minority that ruin it for everybody else. A lot of the most insane perspectives are usually the loudest and the most. That's the problem with social media, is that it amplifies the worst of humanity and it ruins it for everybody. I think most people are level-headed. All of us are capable of stupid and bad things, but it's judgment circumstantially that keeps people in check. And I feel like most people have a good parameter. We know how to like, yeah, whoops, up, overcorrect. Okay, we're back in the right. I feel like most people can do that. It's my interactions with mass audiences in the knife community that gives me faith in humanity. I think most people would assume the opposite of a content creator. Most of you that I interact with, most people that I interact with are very level-headed. It's just sad that social media just makes out all of the human race to be insane. If an alien race were to judge humanity based off of social media, they'd be like, oh my God, wipe this planet. Send an asteroid their way, pronto. These guys suck. Like, that's what they would say. But social media is a terrible representation of humanity. You see the T1000? Sorry, you guys gotta. I know you. So many people in the audience are like, "Oh God, MC's trying to get weird and philosophical." Quick, ask him a knife question. Philosophical is the wrong word. I appreciate you guys keeping me on track. The unnamed? Yeah, sure. Where are you, big guy? Here he is. Type 1 if you've never seen the Dalibor Bergam unnamed. I'm just curious. How many people in the live right now have never seen my Ultra Custom? Oh, you haven't? Oh, I love impressing people. You've never seen it? Shut up! No, you're lying. You guys just want me to get it out. And then I drop it. Entirely handmade, super custom integral by Dalibor Bergam. Literally hand forged the materials for the blade, hand forged the materials for his own proprietary Daltanium material. The entire knife is handmade. It's that's one of my prized possessions. I keep her safe. I keep her tucked away, keep her nice and safe in here. Someone always says baton with it. Heard the T-1000 Robert Patrick, who was the actor, could outrun a dirt bike while breathing through his nose and wearing cop shoes. He trained for that. Oh, you heard T-1000 Robert? Is that real? Outrun a dirt bike? Well, a dirt bike? That's not a dirt bike. Those go fast. I can't tell if that's a joke or if that's like a real like internet lore thing. I don't know what to do with that paragraph. Thank you for the donation though. That threw me. Matt J, do you have a Temu link for that? I guess there must be a Temu link for everything these days. It's real? Don't it's not you're talking about like in the movie. Don't mess with me. A dirt bike tops out at like 50 or 60 miles an hour. At least 40. Wait. A human being... Hold on. You guys are messing with me. Stop. Don't take advantage of me. Hold on. I'm just going to Google Robert Patrick could outrun a dirt bike. What? What kind of dirt bike? That's a Temu dirt bike. The human being cannot run. Oh, they must have been comparing to a very specific dirt bike. You can't run. Human beings can't run that fast. I believe he outran a dirt bike, but it's like, what kind of dirt bike? He did not run this. We would have made a way bigger deal out. It's not real. I bet he ran really fast. What new theoretical lock would you like to see? It's hard because like what I wanted to see came true much faster than I thought it would. Essentially the shark lock and super lock, right? MC picks up an XM18, NF, and Excalibur. Oh, nice. Hey, very cool. Awesome. How does Timascus Anno hold up to Paco? It will eventually wear away. It's going to take a long time. If you're going to use, a knife that's been anodized, it doesn't matter what it is. Anodization will fade. Now, the nice thing is it can easily be re-anodized. Depending on, well, if it's like a single piece of material or it can easily be redone, right? Definitely sensitive to scratches, as all titanium things are. Titanium will scratch up because titanium, despite how the media portray titanium, like the media constantly, whenever you hear about titanium in like super tactical whatever movies or future movies, they say, even in like the new Sonic movie, I remember Tails, I was watching the Sonic 3 movie with my kids and Tails was like, I have titanium handcuffs and they're indestructible. And I wanted to yell out, no, they're not. No, they're not. Titanium is soft. Tails, you're supposed to be the tech guy. You're like, oh, no, yeah, we can deal with Shadow. I've got titanium handcuffs, you idiot. Titanium is soft. That's why I don't make blades out of it. But it's got great, it's very forgiving. It's very high strength to weight ratio. And it flexes different than, it takes pressure and impact differently than steel. And it also isn't going to corrode. It's titanium. That song, my wife gets so mad at me because there's that. What's the song where the singer says, she says something like, I am titanium. And I'm like, well, okay, like technically, like that's great. I get that you feel empowered and you feel indestructible, but if you are titanium, you do have a lot of weaknesses. You just weren't taught them before you wrote the lyrics for this song. But that's okay. I get what you're saying. You know, every time I hear that song, I'm like, well, actually, titanium. And my wife's like, shut up, and she turns the radio like louder. And it's annoying. What I'm doing is annoying. She's bulletproof. Yeah, she's bulletproof. Titanium is not it's not bulletproof. That was usually the point I made. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Titanium, you're not bulletproof. You're gonna get shot. You're gonna get a bunch of holes in you. You don't go test that theory. I'm glad that you feel very confident, but please don't test that theory because you're wrong. Does anybody else get bothered by that song? Every time I hear that, I'm like, this is not factually true. You're teaching tens of millions of people the wrong thing. The first Captain America tried a titanium shield, but didn't they make the shield out of, Oh, I'm messing up my Marvel lore. What's the shield actually made out of? Vibranium. Right. The only way that you can get people to not dissect it is if you make up an element, which was the smart move. Not adamantium, it's vibranium, which is programmable material, right? In the science fiction lore of Marvel. That's the only way that works. If the shield was titanium, that thing would have been dust. For what that shield went up against, that thing would have been dust. And it still got broken. Okay, this is a very stimulating conversation. I actually really enjoy it. Somebody put the toilet emoji in there, and they're right. I have to go to the bathroom. You guys called it. You knew. You're like, he's at 52 minutes and 35 seconds. He's overdue for a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Appreciate all the high scores. All of them are, the highest ones are accurate. Anybody scoring me low is wrong. Sorry. Just don't ever be an Olympic judge because you would be fired immediately. But all the high scores, good job. Great judgment. My kids finished Dragon Ball Z today. They finished the Buu Saga. I'm sorry, Dragon Ball Kai. They didn't watch original Dragon Ball Z because that's just torture. Like, don't do that. They watched Kai from start to finish. 162 episodes. Watched it all the way through. Were very confused and flabbergasted by the final chapters. It's pretty weird. In my opinion, Dragon Ball Z kind of goes downhill after the Cell Saga, but they got through it. Buu as an enemy makes no sense at all, but they got through it, and they're getting ready to start Super. How well does Wee Knives heat treat 20 CV? Suboptimally, in my opinion, but that's for the whole range. Hold on. This skate or die song, I can't do it. So, but anyways, it's their range on uncoated blades, which is 59 to 61. It's not bad, especially 60 to 61 is just fine. 61 is a good HRC for M390 or 20 CV. 60 is fine. 59 is suboptimal, but it'll work. The problem is that the range decreases by an additional point if it's a coated blade, so it goes from 58 to 60. 58 is bad. We don't want that. We want coated and uncoated blades, in my opinion, to be 60 plus. The optimal range, in my opinion, for production 20CV M390 204P is 60 to 62. That's where you want it. Raid 5, welcome to the Knights Around. Knights, raise your swords for Raid 5. Magna wear or crew cut? You mean Magna cut or crew wear? I imagine Jeremy's doing that on purpose. Well, crew wear is a different steel. It's not stainless, and it's very tough and has good edge retention. Magna cut, I think, is better for the average person, but crew wear, I believe, is... You guys have to correct me, but I think crew wear is tougher. 100% on purpose? All right, thanks for messing with me. Magna Cut's better for the average person because of the stainless properties and the balance. It's just a lower maintenance steel. Crew wear, I think if you need that balance where it's more geared towards toughness, it might be more optimal for some people, but the specific benefits, I'm not the right person to ask. DLC crew wear would be pretty nasty. Vanax or LMAX? LMAX should have better edge retention. In fact, LMAX and Vanax are pretty similar, but Vanax has substantially better corrosion resistance. I think if you're more of an edge retention person, you might go with LMAX. If you're more of a ease of sharpening and lower maintenance person, go with Vanax. That was my big thing with Vanax is for the average person, just wanting to use a cool knife, like Vanax is so friendly. It's got... You know, it's got edge retention that is similar to S30V, maybe slightly less, but it's easy to touch up, and it's plenty tough for the average person, and it's hyper stainless, which is a big benefit to somebody who doesn't want to, like, regularly maintain or care for their knife. You know, like, if you're like, I don't want to be wiping off my knife and constantly oiling it, Vanax is so friendly. S30V to this day is still one of the greatest pocket knife steels. I don't care what anybody says. S30V was optimized for pocket knives way back in... When was that? Was it the late 90s or early 2000s? I can't remember, but S30V is an absolutely incredible steel, and nobody gives it the praise it deserves because it's old, it's not cool. I like new steels like 20 CV, when the patent for 20 CV is just as old. Duratec 20 CV is actually an ancient composition. When was the patent for S30V? Does somebody have an actual date on that? The patent for S30V and the patent for Duratec 20 CV, I want to know. What's the actual difference in age there? Thanks for that donation there. Nicholas Beecher, thanks for your donation. You like 14C over S30V? Probably not for edge retention. You probably like it for the toughness balance. Not 1876 Glock. M390 is very old, but I'm not sure. Is it that old? It's these. A lot of these steels that people praise are so much older. I don't know how Bench made it. If you want good S30V, buy a Spyderco. If you want to know, if you want like a super optimized blade, look no further than a Spyderco flagship knife in S30V. It's so good. That's good geometry mixed with a proper heat treatment. Spyderco is the god of that territory. They do it right. There is no way that Duratec 20CV is from the 1970s. There's no way. $1970? I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. I feel like it's not that old. I feel like it was late 80s, early 90s. Or maybe late 90s. Have you handled the Tactile Knife Co Archer? No, I haven't. I should. S30V was released in 2001. Okay, right. 2001 sounds correct for S30V. But Duratec 20CV, I believe, is actually older. That's the crazy thing is everybody calls S30V an outdated steel. But I know if 1991, or I'm sorry, if 2001 is correct for S30V, see, you have such a range. 2001 sounds correct for S30V, but Duratec 20CV should be older. Patent was 1981. Maybe we should be comparing the mass production dates because we're all over the place with the history with this stuff, and I'm not the right person to ask. My point is that people have the wrong idea of what an outdated steel is. 1989 sounds correct for 20CV. $20CV is not 2005. No way. It was, but original. I'm saying maybe when it turned into 20CV and was picked up by Crucible, but originally it was Duratec 20CV, which is the exact same cake mix. CBM D2 is better than 14T28N in terms of edge retention. Talk about the most underrated and most poorly understood steel. D2, if it's properly heat treated with the right geometry, will outclass, in terms of edge retention, will outclass the vast majority, if not all, of the common steels found under $75, especially under $50. If you get D2 heat treated properly, it will put to shame. If we're talking edge retention, it will put to shame. People don't realize it. They're like, oh, D2, that's boring. But if you're big on edge retention and you're big on saving money, D2 is probably the way to go. Yeah, good heat treat on D2 is an awesome blade. I agree. Also, people automatically write off D2 as, oh, it's not stainless. It's like 12% chromium. It's actually right there, from what I understand, it's the relationship between chromium and carbon. D2 is very close to stainless. It's not stainless, but it's close. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, 1095 and D2 are non-stainless steels. There's a big difference. 1095 will rust if you sneeze in its general direction. If it's on one hemisphere of the earth and you're on the other and you sneeze at it, it might rust. D2 is a totally different story. Duratec 20CV is 2005. Source, Knife Steel Nerds. Okay. Well, it's hard for me to argue with that. Hold on. The patent application for M390, which is what 20CV and 204P are based on. This is also M390 steel history and properties. Here, hold on. I'll just link this. Knife Steel Nerds, right here. You guys can look at it if you want. The article I'm looking at is right there. Is the one I just linked. But the highlighted text here, the patent application for M390 was submitted in 1989. The basis for designing M390 was to take K190 and modify it to have stainless levels of corrosion resistance. So I think we're a roundabout way. I think we're looking at about 1989. I think that's the article we should look at right there, is the one that I linked. I'm going to defer to Laren Thomas. Is defer the right word? Maybe not. Mirror polish deep etch Damasteel is some of my favorite stuff. Loco, actually, you brought up a topic there that's interesting to me. I love mirror polish deep etch Damasteel. You said, does that exist on anything? Yes, I'll show you an example of it. And the reason you do it, the reason they do it, is to add texture and depth so that you can see it. And this is actually a Damacore, or I call it a zero etch. But they etch it enough so that you can see it, and then they mirror polish the whole thing. So this is some of my favorite material, whether it's done with Damacore or Damasteel or whatever, but these are deep. And then they just polish the whole thing so you can make out those lines and everything. And it is so beautiful. I like it. I like the zero contrast. I think it looks excellent. This is a custom, this South African custom Francois de Toy or Toi. I can't remember exactly how to pronounce his name. It's a TF4. But that's why you do that. I think it's beautiful. He tried to etch it for me, and he said, I just don't like how this is coming out. How about I polish the whole thing? And I said, dude, go for it. Let's do it, man. It looks so good that way. He used the RWL 34 core version of Damacore, and they had advertised it as able to be like contrasted correctly, and he just wasn't getting it the way he wanted it, and he wasn't happy with it. And I said, well, you should make it, you as the professional knife maker, you should do it the way that you're happy with it, because if you're happy with it, I'll be happy with it. So he just mirror polished the whole thing, and it looked amazing. Now, I'm probably not using the right terms and things, so you still want to talk to an actual knife maker, but yeah, when it's done correctly, it looks amazing. Oh, it's the same article you referenced. Okay, so you said hit Control Find and type 2005 to see what I'm talking about. I know you're new to knives, young buck. You'll get there. You're probably right, Derek. I'll look into it afterwards, but I'm sure that you're correct, and I believe you. I'm not going to challenge you on that. My memory on dates is bad, so if we're looking at the same article, then you're probably right. Where did my beer go? Oh, there it is. What time is it, guys? Oh boy, we're getting there. We're getting this time. I started 10 minutes late, but we have to end at the right time tonight. Let me put some of these back. I'm just going to show this one off. This is one of my favorite acquisitions of 2024, is the DLC Mirror Polish Sakosha. So good, man. This is such a cool knife. Overpriced, but insanely cool. So glad I picked that up. M398 Mirror DLC. What a badass knife. Also really happy with this. If you're on the fence about the new Scarab 2 Gen 3, don't be. It's also overpriced, but it is so awesome. God, this thing is so easy to fire. It's probably the most satisfying double action OTF on the market. Flexing with that FTT, mine isn't a pretty. Dude, but they're all pretty in their own way. If you have one, it's awesome. That's the new Perfect Locust. I haven't shown that one off tonight. Mirror polished S90V Perfect Locust program, which is about to be in Kickstarter. I don't even know if I'm supposed to show this. Whatever. It's really cool. So CJRB. That's a mirror polished S90V Damascus CJRB. What other spicy boys? I gotta put this one away. I'll show that one again real quick. Oh man, the power! Sorry, I know I'm being weird. It's weird when I'm not talking, but just give me a sec here. Okay, now's the time. I'm clearing everything off because the knives that I'm actually giving away are about to be revealed. Nothing on camera is part of the giveaway. I'm going to give you guys time to enter, okay? Should I get the Migron Morale or the Bologna? The Moyaro is a better EDC knife, but the Valona is really impressive. I'm going to give you guys time to enter. Okay, I'm obviously behind on the live stream visuals are behind. Okay, do this. It's the only thing on screen. Give you guys a sec here. Be a quick break, see if my family needs anything. Okay. I think it's time. Let's get out this stuff. So we got, as per usual tonight, there's a bunch of really cool budget knives, and there's also one premium knife. Did you do this? You have to do it. If you haven't done this, you're not entered. Typing in chat will not enter you. You actually have to open up the description of the live stream and click on the link that says enter here. You have to leave a comment under that link. So many people skip this and they don't get entered. You got to do that. It's not a trick. It's to make sure that everybody who wants to enter is actually getting entered. It's also a way to keep a lot of the bots out. And I'm sure at this point there are smart bots that get in there, but most of the time it's actual people. So here you go. Okay, we're gonna move this. Let's start off with the budget stuff. I have one more of this. I feel like I've given away 3 of these. This is the Kubi KU362, which is definitely a self-defense style thing. 14C28N. That'll be yours. It's neat. It's not very expensive. But it's my last one. Kubi sent these to me, and I have no idea why, because I don't review stuff like this, but it's yours if you win. Also, on the fixed blade side, we have, I keep saying it's my last one. CJRB sent me like every single one of these that they made. Oh, it's not a dagger. It's a little tiny Warncliffe in carbon fiber. It's a little itty bitty little fixed blade there. So we're gonna have that one here. Just give you the salt pack. Oh no, we do have one more fixed blade. The most fixed blades I've ever given away in one live stream. What is this? The Kaiser. Well, hold on. Put the box out. Hare. H-A-R-E. Nitro V, Micarta, Orange G10. That's not right. It's not Orange G10. Okay, so this might be wrong. It might have been put back in the wrong box. Very simple, but very utilitarian fixed blade. Definitely makes me think of an oversized Essie Azula. Orange micarta, and then gray or natural, whatever micarta on top of that. But a nice fixed blade, and it does say hair. Yeah, this is the hair. Nitro V. So there you go. It's a really good, like, all-purpose little fixed blade. And then does it have a sheath? Almost certainly. There it is right there. Piece of crap! There we go. Get that? Next up, what do we got? A Sen cut. Yeah, this is the one, another one that I can't remember the name of. Very straightforward Sen cut. but a larger one. I think, actually, I really enjoyed this one. I gave this a very positive review. I think it's like a $40 knife, but very straightforward combination flipper and thumb stud opener. Very easy to use. Very reminiscent of the Praxis, but in send cut form. It's just also got thumb studs. Honestly, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a better Praxis. Got a CJRB here. What is it? Ah, of course. Another one that I can't remember the name of. Little button lock with aluminum bolsters. Heavy choil. It's at a Lundquist design and AR RPM 9. I think I had 2 of these, and this is the second one. But it's great. It's got the big opening and the front flipper there. So you'll have that. Do I have another CJRB? Oh yeah, this is a special one. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about these yet. And I definitely don't know if I'm supposed to be giving away. I'm gonna. So this is part of their... You're going to see me unbox these. It's fine. CJRB will forgive me. These are definitely, to my knowledge, not available yet. But this is a Locust in full copper. I'm trying not to touch it so it doesn't patina. But it's in S90V. So you have a button lock with the double locking system. Frag, full copper, heavy bayonet grind in S90V. CJRB, if I'm not supposed to do this yet, I know they give me multiple, so I give them away, but I feel like these are still in like Kickstarter phase, so whatever, it'll be fine. The Kickstarter's coming soon. You're gonna get one early. It's part of the same program that's gonna bring us the Timascus one. We got a Kaiser. What do we have here? Oh yeah, Mini Momo, yes. 154 cm, purple aluminum, Mini Momo. Very cool. Everybody loves a Momo. What's this? Oh yeah, Ria. They just sent me these, and I've already reviewed them, so I have to assume they wanted me to give them away. This is the PLXT in Jade and Nitro V. Love these. Hold on. Get the new boxes too. Very cool with the pivot actuated lock here. And then you have the secondary safety feature, so if you want to choke up on it, that way if your finger touches the pivot, it's not going to disengage on you. Nitro V. Do not assume that this is like an apocalypse level locking system. It's a cool locking system, and I think it's better than a plunge lock. But I worry that people would assume that this is like a hyper powerful locking system. It's just really fun. So I'm going to scoot some of these up. We have an Artisan Cutlery here. I completely forgot what this was. Oh yeah. This is, and I think, hold on. Let me get the magnet out. Where's my magnet? There it is. Oh, can't do this left-handed. I believe, yeah, titanium frame, AR RPM 9, satyr, or satyr, whatever. But it's kind of like a mid-range satyr. But it's a titanium frame. Very good EDC knife, for sure. So that's it for the aside from the S90V, sorry, let me move this up just a bit so that they're all in frame. That's it for the obviously not ultra premium stuff. The CJRB probably pretty pricey. Everything else relatively simple. I do have one special thing that I think everyone will be excited about, because this is a very expensive knife from Kunwu. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Oh, no, I'm second guessing myself on the name. Hold on. Yeah. How about the grand prize for this evening? The cherry on top is a Gringo. Wouldn't that be great? Well, how about an S390 Gringo? Would that make you guys happy? S390. Very, very cool. Ooh, super duper fun. Very cool. Awesome knife. Very easy to do the reverse flick. Awesome harpoon. Fully stone washed. Textured. Honeydew textured, right? Very cool. Gotta have one ultra premium in there, right? Gotta have one Charizard card in the Pokemon bunch. Okay. Are we good? You guys happy with those? Okay, so if you win tonight, you're winning all of this stuff. If you are familiar with my live streams, this is the way it goes. If this is your first time in here, I do this every week. I give away 8 to 10 knives. There's always one premium knife. When I say collection, I mean collection. I'm going to give you a collection of pocket knives. So, if you like this, if you had fun, please come back, because I like to do this, and I have a lot of stuff to give away. Always new stuff to give away with all the review samples. All right, let me load up the link here. I'm sorry I'm missing donations and super chats. I'm just trying to focus on getting all the stuff here. Trying to focus on links. So if I've missed stuff, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to miss it. I'm not trying to ignore you here. Okay. We've loaded up Comment Picker. We're going to refresh it. Well, we're going to try to refresh it. This is a website that you can test for yourself. It's not exclusive or anything. It's something you guys can test out for yourself, but this is why I use it. So it's very verifiable. We're going to paste the entry link so you guys know I'm using the exact link that you've entered under to draw the comments from. We are filtering duplicate users. That way everybody has an equal chance. We're going to get YouTube comments here. We're going to let it cook for just a second, which is apparently language I've adopted. 1,700, there's probably at least 1,800 comments. At least 1,824 comments. Very few people who entered are not here right now. Guys, there's 565 likes. Can we get that up to like 1,000 just real quick? There's only... If you click the like button, it like explodes in confetti. It's fun. And it looks good. Like, would you like the live stream for me? That would just mean the world to me. You don't have to. I would just appreciate it. Get it to 1,000, I'll push that button. I'm going to hold you guys hostage. 1,000 likes and I push that button. Just real quick. Just a little favor for me. Just real quick. It helps the algorithm. It pushes these things out. Even if people see the live stream tomorrow, I still want people to come in and come to the next one, you know. 962, we're almost there. There's 1,800 of you in here right now. Just real quick. There we go. 1,000. Okay. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so the winner, 1,100. You guys can stop, but thank you. Everybody's like counts. I appreciate it. The winner of tonight's knife collection giveaway is... Oh. Noah Walburn. Yippee! Thanks so much for the great content, MC, and Happy New Year. Thank you very much. We are looking for Noah with a blue N. Everybody else, if you'd be so kind as to slow down in chat so we can find it. Noah, please make yourself known in chat. You are welcome to spam. Everybody else, slow down so we can find him. The fact that he's right there. Thank you very much, Noah. You won. Congratulations. The fact that with this many people, you guys will actually be kind enough to let them speak up is very cool. I really appreciate that. That's a little tiny thing, but it doesn't go unnoticed. Just want to let you guys know I like that you guys will actually collectively seek out the winner. That's very cool. Noah, please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your complete first and last name and your complete shipping information. I may not respond to you tonight, but I will respond to you no later than Friday of next week, which is when I do my shipping. I'll confirm with you, and I'll give you tracking information for all of these knives. You'll receive original packaging with these knives if they come with it. If they don't, they'll just be in a pouch or something like that. But like the Kunmu, for example, will be all original packaging. But yeah, you'll get everything that I have, and I'll send it priority. So congratulations. And I hope you enjoy this stuff. And please, I don't say this enough. If there's something you don't want or don't like, sell it or give it away. It's your stuff. Do whatever you want with it. If you want to sell all of this stuff and pay bills, do it, please. That's if you need something, if you need money, sell it. You know, whatever you want. I'm just happy to give this stuff away, and you know, if you want to use it, great. Whatever joy it can bring you, it's your property now, so you get to do whatever you want with it. Yeah, I mean, people always ask me, if people say like, it must be nice to get free knives. It is. But I can tell you the secret behind getting free knives is having a YouTube channel with 687,000 subscribers. Companies are pretty quick to give free samples to channels that have a lot of views or have a huge audience. There's no secret there. But I'm going to take advantage of that and give that stuff back to the people who watch my content, the people who allowed my content to grow. So I feel like doing once a week live streams, giving away 8 to 10 knives is pretty much the bare minimum that I could do. But if you want that for yourself, it's not easy to grow a gigantic channel. But if you want to do that, if you want to do what I do, I'm not doing anything special, and I'm definitely not a special person. You can do this. You just need to build a following, and companies will definitely reach out to you and send you stuff. That's how my channel works. But if I have the free stuff, number one, I don't have room for all this stuff. Number two, I should be giving it away. It doesn't make sense to keep it all, right? So it is cheap advertising, absolutely. But I make money on ad revenue, right? So, I mean, I feel like it's a win for everybody. If you can work it out for everybody to win, then you might as well do that, you know? Yeah, he won the whole set. Been with me since 50K subs. I appreciate that. Down and gifted 5 MC memberships. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I've got some free ones to give away. We should do that here real quick. I've got 10 free to give away, so I'll give away the 10 free ones in groups of 5. So there's 5 for me. Here's another 5, and then I'm gonna give an additional. I'm gonna give away an additional 10. I forgot to plug Patreon. In my opinion, I have a pretty great Patreon that you can join for $1 a month. You can gain access to additional private giveaways, private content, private Discord, private knife chat, buy, sell, trade, all of that. A lot of stuff going on Patreon. It's linked right at the top of chat. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you can do that. I just gave away a $600 knife on Patreon here today. So if you want to get in on really special stuff, my Patreon is open and welcome to everybody. I made it as cheap as I possibly could. You can pay $1 a month, or you can pay like $10.50 for the year. If I have patrons in here, I would assume they would recommend it. I tried to make it as fun as possible and as accessible as possible. So, link at the top of chat. It's the highlighted, if that doesn't make sense, it's the big white oval at the top that says My Patreon. Neb Sig, thank you very much for the donations, or the donated memberships there. Very cool. I will just so patrons know, I will never increase that price unless Patreon deletes the $1 tier. I will never ever change my the $1 tier grants you access to everything. You can pay me $50 a month if you want to. There's a $50 tier. It's no different than the $1 tier. All of my tiers are the same. It's just up to the person who's donating. You can donate whatever you want. It's all the same. I don't have special access stuff, and I will never ever change that. I've kept that promise for 5 years, 4 years. I will keep it the same, I promise. If you're paying $1 a month now, that's all you'll ever pay unless Patreon forces me to change it. Okay, Guys, this was awesome. I'm actually over time now. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thanks for letting me do what I do. Well into not well into, but into 2025 now. I promise the same rate of content, more amazing stuff for 2025. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to spending it with you guys. I hope you guys all had an excellent 2024. And I hope you guys are looking forward to an excellent 2025. Chaos world we live in, right? But hey, there's still joy to be found in many places. Hoping you guys can find it here, right? Not just here, many places, but I'm hoping you guys find joy with this channel. Anyways, I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.